Hey everyone and welcome back to another video for today. So as you can see, Hims & Hers stock is down 28.5% at the time of making this video. The company worth around $14.3 billion. But as you can also see, year to date, this stock is still up 82%, right? Over the past 3 months, this stock is still up 22%. Over the past month, we're now down 16%. But over the past 12 months, this is a stock that has still doubled. Over the past 3 years, this is a stock that is actually up 900% right now. So, of course, this is a huge reaction from the market. We're going to talk about this in this video. The other player in this story is, of course, Novo Nordisk. Now, Novo Nordisk, you can buy it European or American exchanges. Novo Nordisk is a company worth $326 billion, and that one is down 5.8%, back under $70. But here, of course, the stock has underperformed. It's down 20.6% year to date. It's down 51% over the past 12 months. Huge underperformance by Novo Nordisk. And Novo Nordisk actually right now does not have a CEO. Also important to note. So let's talk about all of this in this video. If you enjoy this type of videos, hit all the buttons, especially the subscribe one. We're over 95,000 subscribers. So we're well on our way to reach 100,000 subscribers. So if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Really appreciate that. And if you want to support me even further, do check out the link down in the description and in the pinned comment to the top 10 best stocks to buy now, or go to full.com/couchinvestor. Thank you very much. And also a special thanks to the partner of the channel here, Fiscal AI, which is what you're seeing here on the screen. There's a link down in the description and in the pinned comment, 15% off. So, Hims. This was basically the main reason. Novo Nordisk terminates collaboration with Hims & Hers due to concerns over their illegal mass compounding and deceptive marketing. This is a partnership that hasn't lasted, 2 months or so? So, they said the following. The too long didn't read is this. Collaboration of over 1 month has ended based on Hims & Hers deceptive promotion and selling of illegitimate knockoff versions of Wegovy that put patient safety at risk. Novo Nordisk won't stop taking action to protect Americans from the dangers of illicit foreign active pharmaceutical ingredients in knockoff drugs. Efforts will continue to make authentic FDA-approved Wegovy directly available through Novo Care Pharmacy to select telehealth organizations that share our commitment to safe and effective medical treatment for patients living with chronic diseases. And so, they said the following. In late April, the FDA resolved the Wegovy shortage based on its conclusion that Novo Nordisk is fully meeting current and projected nationwide demand for this medicine. In support of transitioning patients from knockoff compounded versions to authentic, FDA-approved Wegovy through Novo Care Pharmacy, Novo Nordisk began collaborating with telehealth companies. Over 1 month into the collaboration, Hims & Hers Health has failed to adhere to the law which prohibits mass sales of compounded drugs under the false guise of personalization and are disseminating deceptive marketing that put patient safety at risk. Novo Nordisk is firm on our position and protecting patients living with obesity. When patients are prescribed semaglutide treatments by their licensed healthcare professionals or telehealth provider, they are entitled to receive authentic, FDA-approved and regulated Wegovy. We will work with telehealth companies to provide direct access to Wegovy that share our commitment to patient safety. And when companies engage in illegal sham compounding that jeopardizes the health of Americans, we will continue to take action. So, some heavy words and statements here by Novo Nordisk. Now, I don't know if you remember, but when this partnership was announced, I made a bold prediction, I think, during a live stream, and I said that it would not surprise me if Novo will pull the rug from under Hims because of that partnership. Lastly, Novo Nordisk is deeply concerned and is continuing to take proactive measures to keep US patients safe from knockoff drugs made with foreign illicit active pharmaceutical ingredients. Based on Novo Nordisk's investigation, the semaglutide active pharmaceutical ingredients that are in the knockoff drugs sold by telehealth entities and compounding pharmacies are manufactured by foreign suppliers in China. According to a report from the Brookings Institute, FDA has never authorized or approved the manufacturing processes used by any of these foreign suppliers to make semaglutide, nor has FDA ever reviewed or authorized the quality of the semaglutide they produce. The report also found that a large share of these Chinese suppliers were never inspected by FDA, and many of those that were inspected had drug quality assurance violations. US patients should not be exposed to knockoff drugs made with unsafe and illicit foreign ingredients. So a lot of hard-hitting statements here by Novo Nordisk, and of course for Hims right now. Two things. One, they come out with their own statement clarifying the situation. Two, there is a lawsuit and things will drag on for a long period of time. If some of these things are true, proven to be correct, of course, huge brand damage to Hims. Insane brand damage to Hims, which I don't think they'll recover from it because it's Novo Nordisk. This is a huge player. Hims, I mean, it's huge for retail investors, but in the health market, it's just a tiny fish in a huge ocean. Now, that said, Hims is a company that has been growing extremely rapidly. We're here on Fiscal AI. You can see total revenue growth. Last quarter, total revenue growth right here, 110.7%. Quarter before that, 95.1%. Quarter before that, 77%. So yes, of course, these are the year-over-year comparisons over very weak quarters, but I mean weak. 45% year-over-year growth is not that weak, but this is a company that is growing extremely rapidly. Now, when investing in Hims, remember, you're investing in the Hims and Hers platform. 12 months ago, GLP was just a tiny fraction of Hims and Hers overall business. Of course, the stock continued to go up because one, the business grows, it's profitable, and two, the future of the GLP-1s, would have impacted the business quite positively, right? It's just a huge wave of money coming into the platform. And so that makes more sense. But, and I'm sorry to say this, if you invested in Hims just because of that Novo partnership or just because of GLP-1, then you didn't really understand the investment case here for Hims. The investment case here for Hims is the Hims and Hers platform. That's the investment thesis, right? All the solutions that they're going to release. Now, of course, that said, if what Novo Nordisk is saying is true, it causes huge damage to Hims, and the 30% that we're seeing right now is just the start, right? Because this is a huge deal. So, of course, it's now time will tell for Hims. I'm not here being super bearish or you're short. I'm not short, not at all. But these are some serious claims that they're making. Now, going back to the Hims business for a bit, you can see here monthly online revenue per average subscriber. Look at how fast that has been growing over the last couple of years. I mean, since the December quarter of 2021 has grown by 68%. If we look at the number of subscribers, yes, subscriber growth rates, right, has maybe slowed down, but still, last quarter, 38.4% year-over-year growth, huge growth. And this is the important part, the 2.4 million members that it has on its platform. Now, that said, of course, if there is brand damage, then this might impact the amount of subscribers that they will have on their platform. And maybe the subscriber that did come in because of the weight loss drugs, those could churn. Of course, those are potential outcomes out of this whole story. Now, one extra thing here, and that's just to talk about Novo Nordisk, and then we'll go back to the transcript. We'll go back to when they talked about, Hims talked about Novo Nordisk in their last earnings call and analyst conference. So Novo Nordisk, of course, revenue-wise, still expected to grow quite nicely over the next coming years. Free cash flow is expected to grow faster than that. Of course, the new CEO coming in, we don't know who that's going to be. We don't know what his plan is going to be either, which, by the way, this is also a big deal, right? Because the new CEO might not have liked this agreement between Novo Nordisk and Hims. This was the old CEO's doing. So now that he's gone, I guess they're now uncovering things that have gone on with the company. I don't know, just speculating here. Now, with Novo Nordisk, we see here the split, total GLP-1 revenue and total insulin revenue. Of course, total GLP-1 revenue dominates here the majority of the revenue. And in that, we see here Wegovy and Ozempic. Over the last couple of years, I mean, it's pretty clear Wegovy has exploded in growth, but that started from a smaller base, while Ozempic has still grown quite rapidly, CAGR of 98%. Now, if we go back here on Fiscal AI, we look at the transcript and more specifically the last analyst conference, and we ask it here about the Novo Nordisk commentary during that conference. It will go over all of the transcript and then come back to us with an answer or a summary of everything that they said. So they said the following. The partnership stemmed from a shared goal to improve the weight loss journey for millions of people. Both companies aim to help individuals manage side effects and achieve their weight loss goals, which also positively impacts cardiovascular and metabolic health. The collaboration with Novo Nordisk was intended to offer consumers more choices on the Hims & Hers platform, specifically regarding weight loss treatments. This partnership was particularly relevant because commercially available dosages of semaglutide were set to roll off the platform in May. The collaboration provides another option for current and future users through the branded Wegovy pens. Hims & Hers believes it is uniquely positioned to leverage data to triage the right path forward for each user, whether it be oral offerings, personalized semaglutide, or branded pens. The ultimate goal, aligned with Novo Nordisk, is to provide a delightful experience that encourages long-term product utilization and better health outcomes. I mean, these comments are, of course, very interesting, especially now that we've heard Novo Nordisk's statement of, today. Now, looking at the other key financial highlights that they mentioned during that event, so 2030 targets $6.5 billion in revenue and $1.3 billion in adjusted EBITDA. Personalized product subscriber base increased from less than 15% to over 60% in Q1. Men's dermatology growing at rates north of 45% year over year, with the women's business more than doubling. Oral weight loss business continues to see growth rates that are well into the triple digits, and then sexual health business daily users increased from less than 10% to over 40%. So again, here we're talking about Hims. You are investing in the Hims & Hers platform. You're not just investing in one specific product that they have. Of course, again, going back, if the claims are true, this is damaging the whole brand. And so if we look at this stock right now, of course, a huge gap down. We're now sitting around $45 or so. RSI is low, but not oversold on the daily. The 200-day moving average sits at around $36. So still quite a long way to go to reach that 200-day moving average. We are under the 20 and the 50-day one. Now, as for Novo Nordisk, here we are, of course, well below the 200-day, the 20 and the 50-day one. Although today we can see it is rebounding. Well, it's still red, but we are seeing some buying action. We're sitting right under that $70 mark here as well. RSI is, neutral-ish. So, I mean, to me, I've said it time and time again, I think Novo Nordisk is a very solid company trading at cheap prices, I'd say. Of course, a company without a CEO is a company without a CEO, right? Those are the uncertainties around that company right now. But financially wise, it's still a company that is extremely profitable, still expected to grow quite a lot. And so, yeah, it is still cheap. Now, with Hims specifically, it is now also down 34% from the recent peaks. But for Hims specifically, I guess this is now, if you are super bullish and you think that the claims are a BS, then I guess, a 30% drop in one day is, of course, a buy the dip opportunity for some. To me, I don't hold any shares. So to me, it's just a wait and see, right? It's just a wait and see, clarifications, wait until maybe Hims makes a statement. We'll see what happens. Of course, I'm making this video before there are any statements made by Hims. So should probably update you maybe in the next live streams if anything has changed. But yeah, just because it's on 30% does not automatically make it a buy, because the claims that have been made are quite crucial to your investment at the end of the day. So all in all, that's about it. That's everything you need to know right now around this story. I have no interest in buying right now Hims or Novo Nordisk, although Novo has been on my watch list for quite a long time, but now I'm switching a bit more towards maybe United Health. So I'll update you on that, of course, in another video or through the portfolio updates. That's all I've got for you right now. Do check out Fiscal AI down in the description for 15% off. New users will, of course, get 2 weeks of Fiscal Pro for free for the next 2 weeks. So do check them out down in the description and in the pinned comment, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.